get scared, all you have to do is come in contact with a rumor.
So we've got this big theatrics going on here in a hospital, allegedly in Italy, right? They got the bubble heads, and they showed this around the world, got millions and millions of views. People, oh my god, coronavirus. Well, I'll just show you again. Watch this here. This is
in Bergamo, in Lombardy.
the hospital in Bergamo.
New York's governor says FEMA gave the state 400 ventilators. To that, he said this.
What am I going to do with 400?
What was that? Does that place look familiar? Let's just go back here for a second. Oh my gosh. Are you serious? It's the exact same segment. They've been doing this to you forever, folks. Forever. Look at this. I've even managed to freeze frame it at the exact same moment. 8 years devoted of my life to exposing media fakery, media manipulation. And it still to this day, I can't convince people that are really close to me that it's all a big show on your television. And here you go. Here they're saying America's epicenter, and they're showing you a hospital, making you think it's New York. And here, Sky News showing you the exact same hospital. This was 1 week ago, March 22nd, off of Sky News, showing you Italy. It's clearly a doll. If you can't see that this is a doll, there's nothing I can do for you. You can see the hole in the throat here. You can see the arm joint here. You can see the hair, the fake eyebrow sort of thing, right? It's a doll. In fact, I took a photo here of it just to show you a bit of clearer sort of picture of it. I don't think there's anybody out there who can argue with a straight face that this is a real human being that they're showing in this. So, YouTube community, they're showing dolls, and they're showing these New York hospitals, Brooklyn and whatnot. And here we got a clear instance of a doll. And again, this is, of course, it's all, as you see, the title here, New York coronavirus cases surge, hospitals struggle to cope. So why would the hospitals use a doll? Or why would the media resort to using a doll? There's no way that they should ever do this type of stuff, because anybody with a modicum of intelligence is going to come in and say, this is staged. And it's staged. This part is staged. There's no doubt about it. Doesn't mean everything is staged, but this is undoubtedly staged. I'm going to play you at real time here. So I'm going to fix the time so that it's normal. I'm going to put up the volume. I'm going to show you how it's done with the people, the sheeple who watch this at home, because, you know, you're not, unless you're really paying attention, this stuff will fly by really quickly, and you'll see how they do it. So let's listen and watch.
They've taken over the pediatric unit, and this is the tiny window that family can look through to see their loved ones alone and in intensive care. Only some of them don't get to leave alive, wheeled away like so many others. The New York governor today begged President Trump to send help now, saying he'd been forced to buy ventilators from China because it was like bidding on eBay to secure enough in his own country. Overwhelmed hospital workers, he says, deserve more.
This is ongoing.
The New York governor today begged President Trump to send help now, saying he'd been forced to buy ventilators from China because it was like bidding on eBay to secure enough in his own country.
So there you go. Nobody can deny this. This is 110% proof that they are using staging, and we've shown this over and over again with this whole event that they're doing. And you could say maybe they're getting sloppy or whatever, right? But people need to know the truth about what's going on. And if they're telling you that all these people are dying, and the nurses and doctors are dying, and they're sacrificing their lives, and we don't have enough equipment, and the governor needs to do this and that, and everybody needs to be in lockdown, and we got to shut down the entire economy, put millions of people out of jobs, and destroy the dollar, and get everyone microchipped and vaccinated and everything else, then why are they using dolls in their videos? Why? If you go to their website here, and they have the whole thing here with the coronavirus. So this is the gov.uk, and this is their high consequence infectious diseases, right? And so you're curious, you're like, well, obviously this is very serious. Obviously, Luke Radowski's telling me everybody needs to put on a mask and do exactly what the government says and help implement martial law. It's got to be serious. We got to be doing this. Well, let's just see, because we've got the high consequence infectious diseases here off the uk.gov.org website or whatever, right? Guidance and information about high consequence infectious diseases and their management in England. And the interesting thing is, first we'll take a look at what the definition of this is. So the definition of an HCID, which of course is the high consequence infectious disease, is defined as defined according to the following criteria. It has an acute infectious disease, typically has a rate or a high case fatality rate, may not have effective prophylaxis or treatment, often difficult to recognize and detect rapidly, ability to spread in the community and within the healthcare settings, requires an enhanced individual population and system response to ensure it's managed effectively, efficiently, and safely, right? So you'd be like, yeah, coronavirus, right? Coronavirus, gotta be. Well, check this out. Status of COVID-19. So, as of 19th of March 2020, COVID-19 is what? It's no longer considered to be a high consequence infectious disease in the UK. What?
Once again this morning, the city's hospitals will be on the front lines in this war against the coronavirus. In Elmhurst, Queens, that hospital there, lines of people lining up already this morning for about the last 45 minutes. Confirmed cases, people waiting to get tested. Supplies are in demand there. And our CBS News' Rena Roy is live outside Elmhurst Hospital in Queens with more on the situation there. Rena?
Well, Chris, you said it. Elmhurst Hospital is really at the center of this crisis here in the city and in the country, with doctors desperately trying to keep up with the growing number of patients as supplies dwindle. You can see barricades behind us set up here outside of the hospital to keep order here, because so many have been lining up every day to get tested. As you said, some of them showing up about 45 minutes ago, as early as 5:30 this morning. Most of them wearing masks here in the borough that accounts for nearly a third of all COVID-19 cases in the city. At Elmhurst Hospital, lines of people outside wait to get tested. A refrigerated truck has now been brought in here, a makeshift morgue. In just one day, 13 people died from coronavirus here.
They all have COVID.
This video by the New York Times, taken by an emergency care physician there, shows how stretched they are.
I want people to know that this is bad. People are dying. We don't have the tools that we need.
City ambulances have seen a surge in calls, responding to nearly 5,800 Thursday.
Right there. To me, this appears to be a doll here. If you look at the hand, it's very white and pale, and it's the way it's flopping around kind of thing.
They're sick and in urgent need of a doctor. But with the emergency room hospital inundated with coronavirus patients and no available beds, they arrive early in the morning to wait in line to try to get seen. Inside Elmhurst Hospital, medical staff struggle to keep people alive. In one 24-hour period, 13 people died from COVID-19. The hospital has 500 beds and is over capacity.
Another look at the line forming in just the last 45 minutes ago. People wearing masks waiting to be tested here at Elmhurst Hospital. And officials say this, unfortunately, is just the beginning, with the crisis expected to last for months and the peak of it all still on the horizon.
Hello folks, I'm standing outside of the Elmhurst Hospital Center in Queens, New York, and according to the media, this is the epicenter of the apocalypse. But it sure looks like a ghost town to me. Where's the ambulances? Where's the rushing patients? We heard 13 people died March 29th. They just had all the news stories about how they have no ventilators. They're rushing people into the hospital. But you could see it's all a facade. I'm not saying some people might not be sick, but this is way overblown. And you could see with your own eyes, this is real investigative journalism. Not the bullshit you see on TV. Elmhurst Hospital, the center of the coronavirus outbreak, and it looks like a ghost town. Look on the YouTube, the CBS News, long lines of people trying to get tested. I don't see that. Oh, here's those tents they had set up. This is what you saw on the news. Where's the lines on the tents? Nobody's here on the tents. You know, for all the people who say, oh, I know somebody who got it. Yeah, maybe some old people. But this is planned out for an agenda. Hey man, where's the rush of people? I thought it's an outbreak. I thought this is an outbreak, man. Where's thousands of people dying? I don't see it. It's like a ghost town here. You don't care about the world? Nobody's here. All parked ambulances. No patients. Nobody's rushing anywhere. Look at all these parked ambulances just for show, for the news cameras. None of them are in action. Hey folks, I'm back outside Elmhurst Hospital. Some trolls in my last video said I didn't go inside, so I'm gonna go inside right now and see what's going on in there. Hopefully they won't try to stop me from filming, but somebody said there would be hordes of people inside, that's why I didn't go in. Let's see. Doctor with his mask on and everything. And look at that. Nobody. Completely empty. There's just police, no EMS, nothing. Nothing, absolutely. Ghosts. That's all they got you afraid of, ghosts.
Hello?
What? Oh, no problem.
All right. I'm sick and tired of hearing about all this fake news on the internet and all over TV. Frankly, it's 11:15, 11:20 at night. I just finished visiting my daughter who's up in NICU over here at NYU Langone. This is the emergency room. Does it look like it's crazy busy? This is First Avenue. Does it look like it's have some sort of shutdown that we have to all be afraid of? Are people getting tickets? Stop believing the hype. They're just trying to scare you. Shit's okay here in New York. See behind me? Siren on the Empire State Building? Just to scare people. It's bullshit. Stop believing the hype. New York City's tougher than that. And we have a cure. They just don't want to give it out. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Fake news everywhere. I'm at the hospital every day. Things are okay.
Phyllis and William Mack Pavilion here on 7th Avenue in Manhattan. And usually on a Saturday at this time, this is pretty busy. But as you can see, there's not much going on. In fact, there's not much going on at the Phyllis and William Mack Pavilion either. Emergency. Oh, the dog needs to drop one. So that's not an emergency, but I guess this is a good spot for it. Oh, there's one guy in the waiting room. It's not too crazy. And as you see, there's an emergency sign, open 24/7, and new people. What's interesting is around the corner here, they put one of these refrigerated trucks, I guess, for all the dead bodies that were going to be stacked like cordwood. But I haven't seen anyone or any workers around this thing. So I'm guessing there's no dead bodies here. But the truck's here, ready to roll. Reminded me of I was downtown Manhattan on 9/11, and there were rows and rows and rows of ambulances, empty, just waiting for action. And unfortunately, there were no injured people. You got out or you were dead. So here's the refrigerated truck for the dead people, but no action. In fact, we got a couple of ambulances here waiting to be called into action. Here's some busy, crazy busy guys. Yep, they're on their cell phone watching Netflix. There's another guy across the street waiting for a call. Not much going on there. And that's it.
Hey man, is it true? Is it pretty swamped inside there? No, not really. All right, cool. Thanks. So you guys set up here all the time?
Yeah, we've been here 5 years, way before this shit happened.
So there's not like all these just ambulances bringing people in just left and right. It's something ain't right, man. Something ain't right.
Yeah, this new world order is what they're trying to put out, man. They're gonna reset the currency, man.